Mofola Biolify, and I'm presenting this topology. So here there are 5 floors. On each floor of the building, we have 3 switches. 2 are 48 ports, and the third one is an 8-port switch, so that we can have a minimum of 100 users on each floor. We can comfortably accommodate 100 devices. And on each switch, redundancy is built into the connection. At layer 1, we have 2 links from each switch, each access layer switch, to the uplink distribution switch 1, distribution switch 2, and on layer 2 we have 2 distribution switches, and on layer 3 we have 3 core switches, which also have redundant connection to the distribution layer switches, the downlink switches. For router redundancy protocol, for each VLAN, FHRP has been configured, and for a routing protocol, FHRP 100 has been configured for communication at layer 3. So VTP is also in place, and Ether channel has been configured so that each switch, which has 2 links to the neighbor switch, is bundled into an Ether channel link. The naming scheme is thus that at the access layer, site, building number, floor number, and switch number. Distribution layer, we have it this way: site with building number, distribution switch number, and core site, core switch, and switch number, to give each of the devices a unique identity. The VLAN for the entire building is 10.0.8.0/21, and it has been subdivided into smaller VLANs to accommodate 200 devices each, admin, production, up to management. And for future buildings, the same block of IPs for other VLANs have been reserved. The 10.00/8 has been subdivided into these VLANs here, and this has been used for building 1, so others are available for other buildings in the future. We have a VTP domain name, and spanning tree protocol is MST. So I'm going to also show this briefly. We have this VLAN on the core switch. These are the 2 core switches, core switch 1 and core switch 2. Shows spanning tree MST1. So this is the core switch 1, which is the root for spanning tree 1, and spanning tree 1 contains the VLAN with odd numbers and is the primary root, and this is the primary root for spanning tree 2. Show spanning tree MST2. So this is a root for spanning tree 2. And we also have VTP configure, show VTP status, so that VTP version 2 is running, and these 2 core switches are the VTP servers. I've also configured Ether channel, so to ensure that LACP has been used, and for link bundling. Inter-VLAN routing has also been configured on all the switches using the layer 3 switches for the inter-VLAN routing configuration here, so that switches, devices in separate VLANs are able to ping one another. And now I have this ticket. So the task is to ensure that this particular access layer switch on floor 1 is displaying all this VLAN. So I'll go and check. Show VLAN brief. It's not showing it. And then I check the uplink switch, show VLAN brief. It's also not showing it, so I check VTP status. Okay, so I can easily reconfigure the VTP status here. VTP domain exam VTP version 2 VTP mode client, do show history, domain exam. So I'll also check the downlink switch for show VTP status. It's also wrongly configured, so I'll correct it. The VTP password. Here, I can check the show VLAN brief now. So I can see ports to the uplink switch are configured as access ports. Do show VLAN brief. So ports to the downlink switch are configured as access port also. Hinge. Interface range. So I can begin to check and unshut all the ports that are shut down. Then I turn on my logs. Then I also debug ether channel events to ensure that I see what is going on here. And I also need to check to show IP interface brief and unshut all the interfaces that are down in 00 to 1 and port channel 11. No shots. So it's failing. I can do debug ether channel events also, then turn on my logs. So do show VLAN brief. So I want to remove these ports. No switch port access VLAN 10. Switch port mode trunk. Show IP interface brief. No shots. No shots. Interface ports 11 also. No shot. Then I check the show ether channel. Ether channel detail pipe include for the ports 11. I need to know. So those parts are passive here. Then I'll check here also. Show ether channel detail pipe include ports 11. They are also passive, so I can make the uplink to be active by using the interface range and say channel group 11 mode active, then no shot and see. So I can see native VLAN mismatch that this side is VLAN 40 and the downlink switch is VLAN 50. No switch ports trunk native VLAN 50. Then interface port 11 is showing the same error. And I go and correct it on the downlink switch also. No switch ports trunk native VLAN 40. Then the same thing on port 11. Do show ether channel summary. And check it again. Do show ether channel summary. Still waiting. And I can check it again to ensure that everything goes on well. This should be not brief. So